Already, I know that's a bold statement that I put in true recovery. We choose, right, to change everything in our lives one day at a time. Welcome to my page where recovery, consciousness, life, living, business, and energetics, it all exists together. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some interesting resistance that I have been experiencing. I am in recovery, have been in recovery for 35 years, and from alcohol and eating disorder, and other things that go in with that. But I have found myself, even though I am very excited and happy for how do I want to say this? For people who have found a different way to live and have a life without drinking. I mean, how cool is that? That's an actual movement, that there's just a huge movement about doing that for health purposes, for mental purposes, for spiritual purposes, for body, for interactions and all that. How cool that is. I mean, obviously, that wasn't something that was even it wasn't even anything that was in the realm of awareness 35 years ago. But what my conversation is to you from somebody who truly works recovery is recovery in everything that I do and everything that I be is that I really believe, it's not even believe, I know that there's such a true difference between I wrote a true recovery is someone who really chooses to change everything in their lives one day and one day at a time because their life had become so unmanageable. And for a lot of it's been a life or death situation. It wasn't where, like, all of a sudden I decided that I would be part of a movement where, I could change my drinking habits. There is a chemical, physiological situation that happens for most alcoholics when the alcohol, hits our system. We process things different. But my conversation for today was I still read the 24-hour a day book. This is my book from 35 years ago. And because I've been fighting this, like, I'm a true alcoholic. And again, I don't claim myself as being that because I am, this spiritual infinite being. But recovery has been part of my, story. It's been part of how I'm at where I'm at. But getting to where I'm at has not been a ton of ease and joy. It is today. And at that beginning of those recovery stages, I just want to acknowledge all of you and those who are, so many cliches I want to say from 12 step is trudging the road to happy destiny. That is my path. That's how I got to where I'm at. And there's, again, so many different other possibilities today. So that's so cool. I am excited about that. But for me, I read in here today is that in AA, and I've liked AA, I've chose to use it because of the fellowship. All righty. Because of so many things, because of the energetics of what happens in a 12-step meeting. I mean, no one talks about that because we're not studying the energy, but that could be another call. So in AA, alcoholics find a way to solve their personality problems. I work with people not all in recovery. Well, everybody's recovering from something, but from the place of energetics, of a consciousness of, like, what personality are you being? What energy personality are you being? So it was funny this morning when I read that is that we find a way to solve our personality problems, who we have been, okay, under the realm of using, okay. We do this by recovering three things. I just loved it because it's what I teach, but here it is in the book, right? We pull ourselves together. All righty, basically remove everything, and that's a process within itself. We pull ourselves together. We get honest with ourselves and with other people. That's one of the things that I know in true recovery, we work are shit. And if you are in and out and in and out, most likely you might not be going to the depths that are required for you to release your personalities. And I could keep going on that, but I just want to finish there. We recover our personal integrity. What does that mean? It means, like, what are our new standards? What are our new energetic priorities? Okay. And I say energetic because I speak on those terms, because that's what everything is. So, what are my energetic, priorities? How am I going to show up? I'm going to show up in my life, my living, with all my ego. I'm at 35 years and I'm still looking at the ways that ego has so embedded into me. Still, based on where my nervous system is, based on, I use still using ego to protect myself. And that's deep stuff. Okay. So it's very exciting. First, we recover our personal integrity and we pull ourselves together. We get honest with ourselves and with other people. This is one of the things that I have found that works in 12 step, or however you do it, is the willingness, completely, to the best of our ability, to be honest with somebody else. It's the big chunk. Okay. So in real recovery, we got to do that, to clear it, to move it, to find a new space to show up in the world that we're creating, in the reality. I don't know if you're in that other, movement of gray drinkers and all that, which I'm so happy for. I don't know if they have to do this work, but we do. And I guess this is where I find myself fighting a lot. It's like, wait a minute, it wasn't just so easy for me to just to do. I had to do this work. God, this hand is busy. I had to do, and I have to continue to stay in this work. And we face ourselves and our problems honestly, instead of running away from them. And all of these things have been a process of learning. And I could not personally, and I can only speak about me, I could not have done any of this on my own. So that's why I continue to find so much in the support system of AA, or wherever you find recovery. We take personal inventory of ourselves to see where we really stand. That's a daily thing for us. It talks about that. Then we face the facts instead of making excuses for ourselves. Have I recovered my integrity? And that's an ongoing process. And what I know is that we recover our integrity and then we just keep upgrading ourselves. Okay. Again, I'm talking from the realms of consciousness and um, the energetics of who we are. I wish I would have known what I know about all of that when I first got clean and sober and in those years. So I'm here just to continue to kind of like really being called to share what I know from the recovery standpoint, the consciousness, the intuitiveness that we be, the sensitives that we be, the seekers, and the deep feelers. It's all part of the package. So I celebrate those who are in any type of recovery, but true recovery when you are really doing the work. And I have found that for me to have and be and live in the world and reality that I've created, it has taken a daily commitment to the work. So there you go. So come on back. I'll be doing some more series about recovery in life, living, business, the energetics and consciousness, and how it all exists together. All righty. Peace out.